Good morning, friends. It is Sunday. We are headed to church. Right, fam? Yeah. It's raining. It's supposed to rain all day, much to Alice's dismay. Which means that she's like, I won't get to play outside. I'm like, you can. You'll just get wet. We're headed to church. Yeah, that's where we're at. And then after that, I have a tea party at a friend's house. And then I can finally relax for the weekend. Just to start school tomorrow morning, bright and early for Monday. Not bright and early. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Do you guys want to know what I found for my babies?
What?
Baby loofah.
Where'd you get that?
Underneath my sink.
Oh. Alright, let's go. We are home.
Mama, I sat on and now right here hurts when I move it right here.
Cause what?
I sat wrong and now right
Oh, you sat wrong. They are having lunch, yes. And
I have a
yep.
lot.
Well, yeah, you got like 2 drinks, the very last bit of the spaghetti finally, and some grapes. I'm gonna have some grapes. Will's making some frozen waffles. His hair is very big today with the humidity. He's rocking that deal.
Not trying to impress anybody at this point.
As he smooths it down. Hey y'all, it is me. I'm back. It is 6:51. It's dark out. It's raining out. Groceries are here. I just recorded a grocery haul and they were out of a lot of fruit. And Will reminded me, well, when you order groceries for later in the evening delivery, of course they're going to be out of more because they don't pick your order until later in the day, which, yes. I had it, so last night I was like, okay, I'm running low on berries and stuff, which has been my snack when I'm like feeling a sweet tooth coming on. I've not been doing sweets and I've trying to stay away from most like icky carbs, like junk. So I've been reaching towards fruit for like my treat, and I can sit down and like polish off some blueberries, right? And I'm out of them. So I was like, I'm gonna place the grocery order. I typically place it for a Monday delivery. I said I would place it for today, Sunday, and that we had church, and then I had tea party, and so I placed it for a 6 to 7 p.m. delivery, so that way I could record it when it got here. Obviously, like, well, could have recorded it, but I just wanted to be home for when it was delivered. So I got home from the tea party just a little bit ago, changed out of like my cuter clothes and into PJs, and the grocery order got here, and I'm just, they were missing blueberries, strawberries, grapes, and I ordered a honeydew, which they had, and I ordered a summer kiss melon, which that was the melon they substituted in last week's grocery haul, and I had never had one before, and it was really good. It was almost like a sweeter honeydew. I don't know, it was good. It was orange, I think. Was it orange? Maybe it wasn't. The outside looked like a cantaloupe, but the inside looked like a honeydew is what it was. So the outside had like the dimpled rind, but the inside was green like a honeydew, and it was sweeter than either of those. So I don't know what a summer kiss melon is, some sort of hybrid probably of something, but I ordered another one of those and they were out of those this week, but I did get my honeydew. So I think I'm probably gonna run to Meijer, or I need to check the ads on my phone tonight actually. I'll see if Kroger has any good fruit sales, and if they do, I'll have Will pick up some fruit on his way home from work tomorrow, because he doesn't work for Kroger, but he's in Kroger's every day for work. And if they don't, I'll also check Meijer. I'll see which one has good fruit sales this week and go and get that, because I want some berries. I need to get this grocery stuff put away, but I just wanted to, while I had the camera in my hand, update on that. I also need to run to either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I was gonna do it Wednesday, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow since I'm gonna be out looking for fruit. Alice is going to learn how to crochet. My friend Lauren, which you often see on here with her kids, Max and Mila, and her husband Jeff. She's part of the homeschool social group. That's how we met. And she put on the events calendar a girls' crafternoon, teaching girls how to crochet. And Alice has been asking, like, I want to learn how, and I'm just not, like, that's not me. I'm not crafty. I have no desire to crochet. I have no desire to teach her to crochet. Maybe that makes me a bad mom. But I'm gonna outsource it to someone who does know how. Lauren actually just taught herself before Christmas, and she knitted a whole bunch of Christmas stockings. She's currently working on a baby blanket, and she's gonna teach. So far, it's just Alice and Mila that have signed up for it. So it might just be our 2 girls, which is fine. All that to say, I also need to go out and get yarn and crochet needles and all the things that she's going to need for that. And it's going to be a repeating event, like twice a month. So like a little crochet circle for girls. And so that'll be fun. Alice is really excited. Hopefully it's something that she picks up easily. I'm slightly worried about like hand dexterity with, I mean, we'll see. She's very crafty, as we all know. And I just think if she could learn how to crochet and do all sorts of fun little things, like, she would just be in heaven. So I think they're gonna start with something simple like a headband or like a head wrap, some sort, I don't know. Lauren's in charge of that. Also very exciting, we are starting almost like co-op style art class with Lauren and her kids. Once a week, once or twice, I don't know, we haven't figured out our schedule yet. But Masterbooks has a living arts class, like an intro to art sort of thing, that we thought would be fun for the kids to do together. And so we just got the books in yesterday, so I took hers to her today at church. And we need to sit down this week and kind of figure out our schedule and kind of what we want it to look like. And it'll probably be like bookwork at home individually, like with our own kids, and then once a week we'll get together and do whatever art projects or art, like the hands-on stuff, and worksheets and whatnot. So I'm excited to start that. School, like, I'm feeling a little burnt out, which is why this past week I didn't really push us too hard. I think I mentioned we were supposed to have this past week off completely. We traditionally, since starting homeschool, we're in the middle of our 2nd year, we traditionally do 6 weeks on and 1 week off to give us that consistent break through the year. But I kind of am drifting from that, and I think it might just be like a play by ear depending on just kind of like where I'm at in each season of life here. But this week I was like, instead of taking the whole week off, maybe we'll school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday we had the Living Arts and Science Center field trip where we got to meet the axolotl, which was the highlight of that. But very fun field trip. And that was like two hours long, so that counted as like a school field trip, which was great. And then Friday we had kids movie in the morning. Will and I went to see the Batman movie after that, and then I had women's conference that night, so I knew we wouldn't have school that day. So I had decided to do 3 days on and take those 2 days off and have like just a long weekend. But then we were kind of really light on school, even the 3 days that I said I was going to school, so it kind of counted like almost like half days. But so I think we're kind of merging or like sliding gracefully, maybe not so gracefully, into more of a year-round homeschool sort of feeling, which I think might fit better, because that's going to give us where, as much as I love structure and like knowing, okay, we're going to have every 6th week off, like that's, or every 7th week off, that's great. Like I like that, but at the same time, sometimes like things come up. Like I've been kind of, like my immune system has not been very friendly to me since the beginning of the year. And so there were days where we just didn't do school, like bookwork. So more of the, so it gave me that leniency to, or that, what's the word I'm looking for? He ain't listening. Sure, he can tell me that I can't say decant in my grocery haul. Wait for that conversation in the grocery haul, or watch it because it probably went up, I don't know, it's either yesterday's or tomorrow's video. But when I ask for help on a word, he's not paying attention.
I was paying attention.
And now I forgot what I was saying, so it doesn't matter. I don't know, where was it? I'm gonna know when I go to edit this. All that to say, I think we're rolling more into a year-round where we're not having planned time off. Yeah, we're waving.
No.
What?
Rolling with the homies.
Yeah, rolling with the homies. Rolling.
You're clueless.
I was gonna say, wasn't that Clueless? He's like a teenage girl over there or something. Whatever. For all of you like, what is happening? Like, we're kidding. He's not really a loser, typically. Finish your Japanese and go make some dinner. I mean, eat dinner. I made the dinner. He doesn't cook. Your hair is so floofy. So rolling into more of a laid back, like schooling year round, which is working for us. But then I'm trying, so other homeschool moms out there, like, help me out here. Like, do you feel, I feel guilty like when I don't follow like the schedule I had planned for the day. And I have to kind of let that go. I know that's what everyone's going to tell me, like, give yourself grace, let it go. But then if I go into it like with no expectations, and then almost gives me an excuse to be more laid back and like lazy with school that day. So I'm just trying to figure out what works best for us. So my hope for tomorrow is, and last week we did math so like we at least did math the 3 days I said I was going to do school. Like math is something that I feel like needs to be very consistent even in like extended periods of time off. Otherwise my kids are going to, especially Alice, like she's in a groove right now. She's been doing math with Will when he gets home from work because he has more patience with her. And it seems to be working well. And I feel like if we take more than a few days off at a time with her, like she just starts to forget it. Math is just not her favorite thing, and her creative brain doesn't like to remember some of this stuff, but she's getting better. And so we're finishing out the Good and the Beautiful math with her this year, and which she's currently 3rd grade level. I think moving into the 4th grade level, we are going to use Masterbooks. And I have heard some mixed opinions on whether Masterbooks math is enough, but I've heard more from people I trust that have used it that love it and say like at first you're gonna feel like it's not enough. Like it's very short, concise lessons, Charlotte Mason style, like just little chunks. And you're gonna feel like, okay, this isn't enough. But like the way it's laid out, like their children have responded well to it. So I'm hoping that that's the case for us. And I think that's what she needs right now until maybe she's more comfortable with math, and then maybe we can go back to something else. But we're gonna try Masterbooks this year and see how that goes for her this upcoming year. So in a few months from now. Well, basically whenever she finishes her level 3, grade 3. And then Jackson still loves teaching textbooks, so we're just gonna keep him in teaching textbooks unless he decides that he wants to change. But he does really well with that format, and he's thriving with that, so I don't see any need to change that. I don't know when this all of a sudden took a turn into like a homeschool update, but that's what it is. So my goal for tomorrow is like, for sure we're gonna do math. We need to get into some language arts. I would like to touch on all of our subjects tomorrow, which would be math, language arts, history, and science. And then of course the kids have their own handwriting and independent reading that they do. And then we have like Bible, stuff like that in the morning, and World Watch News, like little things. But it feels good like when I'm able to check that all off my list for the day, because I do use a spreadsheet. Why isn't this wanting to focus? That's being weird. There we go. I do use a spreadsheet to keep track of what we do, and I plan it out on Sunday or whatever, like at the beginning of the week. But then I go back through and I do what's like back planning, where you fill in so you have a plan of what you're going to do, and then then I edit it to show what we actually did, so that it's always accurate. Yeah. So I can maybe I'll just pop up a screenshot of that here, just because I know I'm gonna have people asking me how I keep track. And I keep track of attendance on a spreadsheet, and then I don't keep track of grades. We don't do grades, but I keep track of each week's lesson plan, and then I'll show you like a completed one. All right, friends, I've talked for 12 minutes. I came in the door. I feel like this is gonna sound silly. You can ask Will. I came in the door and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish out a vlog tonight. Like, I literally have a minute of footage. And I feel like every time I say that, something pushes me to just like, somehow I have something to talk about. Something. Don't know what that could be. Maybe that's God telling me like, hey, you can do it. My husband's ignoring me.
You got this.
You got this. But I think I've done that. I did that yesterday too, or was that yesterday? This whole weekend. Yeah, yesterday I got home from the conference and I was like, I told him, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish a vlog tonight because I have nothing to talk about. And then same with like on Friday where I was out of the house all day. I was like, I'm not gonna have enough footage. And somehow I've had enough footage and then some. So thanks for listening to me ramble and rant. Other mamas, like, give me some tips with what you do. Do you take time off? Do you school year round? Do you plan things? Like, do you have a concise like lesson plan? Are you very structured, or are you more laid back? Like, I have friends that are very much almost like unschooling, not to the full extent of the definition of unschooling, but like half unschooling and half kind of like some structure. And it's kind of enticing. Like you want to like kind of see what that's like, because it just gives more freedom almost in a way. But then I mean, others, you know, their schedule gives them freedom. So I'm just curious to see what other homeschooling families out there are doing, and has it changed for you through like COVID, and have like your motivation drop? Because I go through periods of like motivation is real up here, and I'm like, yes, we're gonna do all the things. And then times where like I need the break more than the kids do. So it's just been an interesting journey, but the kids are growing and thriving and smart, and so I feel like that's a good benchmark or representation that at least they're learning something. So drop a comment, share some love, and until next time, we will see you later. Bye.